When you shouldn't apologize. There are a lot of people out in the world who live too apologetic of their lives. They tend to feel shame for simply expressing who they are. And what they often don't grasp is that it's precisely what they are apologizing for that makes them special. So, to help you understand when you shouldn't feel ashamed or embarrassed, here's a list of times when you shouldn't apologize or make excuses for your behavior, especially when dealing with the people that you don't know. Let's begin. Number 1. Never apologize for giving yourself some time. We live in a high-paced culture where everyone wants all kinds of things quickly. And so what we do is that we shame virtues like patience. Sometimes you need to think over carefully and weigh all of the options before choosing to take your next step. There's nothing wrong with this. In fact, it's what the most successful people in society do every single day. Consider a stockbroker who handles a lot of other people's money. He or she needs to take every variable under consideration before making an investment or divestment decision, or else he might miss something and cost people a lot of money. Taking time for yourself benefits not only you, but everyone around you as well. Everyone needs some time away from others. It is a necessity to lead a happy, positive, and affirming life. If you have trouble doing this, start by giving yourself some time that is set aside just for you each morning. You'll find that the rest of your day will flow more smoothly, and you'll make decisions in a much more clear-headed way. A lot of people have gotten into the habit of meditating each morning, waking themselves up with the rising sun. Think of it as giving yourself the chance to be your very best self for what you need and would like to give to others. Number 2, never apologize for being true to yourself. This may sound obvious, but when you think about it, it really is quite common for people to check who they are at the door when they go out into the world. We feel a compulsion to conform to an idea of what we think others expect. But this is really the wrong way to go, and you're essentially betraying yourself and who you stand for. Don't modify your behavior for the purpose of fitting in. It's completely counterproductive for your ends. What you suppose that society wants from you is irrelevant when you know what you yourself want from you. It is for this reason that many people who behave in unapologetic ways tend to be the ones that get the farthest and achieve the most. In short, society rewards them for giving more than the status quo. The benefits to being yourself are actually many. It's freeing. It encourages for authenticity and genuine positivity. And it cuts through a lot of the superficialities and the pitfalls that society tends to set up quite regularly. It may seem as though we were born to be who we are and be beloved for who we really are. We are born to be individuals and cared for what we have to offer from the inside, not just the outermost layer. When we're true to who we really are, we also open ourselves up to meeting the best people for what we have to offer. It's great for things like networking, as you invite people to drop their guards and speak earnestly about whatever it is that is being discussed. Number 3, never apologize for having your own goals. This may also be interpreted as having your own dreams and not making excuses for them. They're your goals that are based on what you believe and are interested in. Others may not value them, but why should they? You don't need anyone to validate what you are after within your own life. This is a wonderful thing about your dreams. Only you have to explore and discover what they mean and where they take you. It's easy to be a follower, but as long as you have goals and dreams, you're your own person. Perhaps the biggest obstacle in reaching our dreams is negativity, because it feeds into a machinery that works against us in a very direct way. If you're chasing your dreams, you're never being selfish in a very direct way. If you're chasing your dreams, you're never being selfish or living fantasy, because what you're trying to do is develop what you care about to contribute in the world in the best way that you can find. A true act of selfishness would be not to share your life as you would like and develop what you know to be your dreams. In reality, you're setting a great example for others to follow and draw inspiration from. If this threatens people, so be it. It's their problem. You're reaching for a higher ground. People can either get in the ride or be left behind in the dust. People who follow their dreams are a continuing source of inspiration for the rest of the world, and one should never forget this. Number 4, never apologize for choosing to end bad relationships. As human beings, we have certain fears that are quite common, such as not being accepted, being alone, and not pleasing others. People often stay in harmful relationships far longer than they should. This becomes particularly difficult when it's people that you have to be around fairly regularly, like family, fellow students, and coworkers. Keep in mind that you have the power to set limits and decide who you share the best parts of yourself with. There are relationships that are detrimental, that don't really give you anything, and that you stick with because you find the prospect of overcoming them too daunting. Don't forget, your needs matter, and you know what's right for you. This is important, not just to acknowledge within yourself, but to put on Front Street for others to see. Let the people that you interact with know that you will not accept their negative energy, and if their presence is eroding your sense of well-being. Sometimes we don't end bad relationships because we fear that we won't be able to find better ones. However, when we respect ourselves and hold ourselves to a higher esteem, we tend to be more attractive to others who are welcoming to the idea of starting new and better relationships. Generally speaking, as a species, we give ourselves a pretty hard time about the type of life that we deserve. The thing that most don't come to understand is that we all deserve better and shouldn't give away the precious time of our lives to those who aren't there for us. Be proud of who you are and take seriously instances where you feel as though you are being forced to apologize, even if you're the one doing the pushing. We all have faults, but it doesn't do any good if we just beat ourselves up about them. It's a wonderful thing to be unique. And when we encourage this within our daily